Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschoolology. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and on this channel I talk to you guys mostly about secular homeschooling, but also about our lives in general and being a mom of a larger family and all things in between. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here to chat with me today. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about my budget spreadsheet. So I shared a video, I'll link it here for you guys, of my budget, and then there was some interest in having my spreadsheet available. So I put out a little poll and I polled you guys, and it seemed like you guys would like both a video and a template. So what I'm going to do is film myself making the template for you guys. So I'll be sharing the template over on my website right here, Homeschool-ology, don't forget the dash. And that will be up on my shop where I share free resources for you guys, along with lots of other free resources that are there. So check that out. And yeah, I'm going to walk you through setting this up so you guys can see how I did it, and learn a little bit about the Excel workbooks. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so just in case you missed the video, this was my setup, and so what I'm going to show you how to do is like set up your columns, how to make them freeze so when you scroll they stay in place, and then how to calculate the totals within the workbook. So let's start a new workbook so I can show you this. Alright, so when I filmed this previously, it did not show anything that I was doing. So fun times. So I'm starting a new video here to show you what the process was again. This here is where you can just click on this if you're going to rename it. So like we click on it, you probably can't see this pop-up window. I'm sorry, my kids are having like a very loud game of Minecraft going on in the other room, so hopefully you can't hear them. But you would just type in whatever name you wanted and save it wherever you wanted to save it, and that's how you could update that. And then what I did, so this is going to be this subject, and then we're going to have student 1 and the cost, student 2 cost, student 3 cost, and then student 4 and cost. So I just copied, and so I'm going to paste here all of my subjects. Alright, so as you can see here, these are all the subjects that we are going to cover. And so since I'm setting this up for you guys as a template, I am going to include most of these because I feel like it's kind of what everybody covers. I'm going to delete this empty row here. So I just go to the box over here and hit right click and then hit delete. So I'm going to do that on all these extra rows. If you wanted to add a row, so say I delete this and oh no, I do want to add that back, I go here, right click, and then put insert. And it usually inserts one above. So kind of go to the one you want underneath and then hit the one above. So that's what you would do to add rows, but I'm going to take away rows here because I don't feel like, because you may or may not need all of these. All right, so we have math, we have language arts, we have history, science, art, music, foreign language, and then I'm going to subtitle out here the extracurricular, or the curriculum pieces, and then I'm going to leave another section below that for you guys to do like miscellaneous things. So I'm going to leave that here. So let me go back up here and show you guys. So this I want to, make like a feature. So I'm going to make it bold, and then I'm going to increase the font size a little. Now there are 2 ways you can adjust the columns. The first way is to put your cursor between the B and the C, or whatever, in whatever 2 columns you're trying to do, and then just double click on it, and it will take it to the size of that, what your largest thing in that column. The other option is to drag it to whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to drag it to 20, and I'm going to do that for all of the student columns. All right, and then I'm just going to leave the cost that size. So now I want to make it to where, so as you can see here, when I'm scrolling, the top line disappears. And so I want to make it where not only this top line is gonna show, but also the side line. Okay, so to do this, I'm gonna come over here to this view tab, and you can see here it says freeze panes. So what that's gonna do is, you see the option here, freeze the top row or freeze the first column. So if I wanted one frozen, I could do that. But I want both the top row and the side column frozen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to this cell right here. So one under the top one and one to the left or right of the left column. And then I'm gonna come here and hit freeze panes. So now everything from above that cell and everything to the left of that cell are going to be frozen. So even if you had like 2 rows at the top or 5 rows at the top, that's something that you just go to the one underneath and then hit freeze panes. So that is a really useful tool that I like doing. So now if I scroll, it doesn't matter how far down I go, I'm still seeing that first row, and it doesn't matter how far over I go, I'm still seeing that first column. So let's see here what else we want to add. Okay, so I want this column to report in money. So I'm going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to hit this money right here. Then if I put in a number, it's going to give me a cost like this. If I don't want those decimal points there, these buttons right here takes away decimals and adds decimals. So if I don't want those, I can just remove them like that. I'm going to leave them here just because this is a template. So if you want to adjust it, you can. So let's talk about now how to make it calculate all of the things for you. So down here is my curriculum only. So I want to put a sum category or equation in this box. So equations are like putting things into a calculator, but instead of giving it numbers, you're giving it cells to get the number from. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the equal sign, and then we're going to type the word sum. So as you can see, the functions come up here. That FX means function. And so there are tons of different ones. You can do so many things with Excel, way more than I even know. My husband is really, really, really good at this. So if you guys have something that you're trying to get it to do, ask me down in the comments because he can probably tell me how to do it. So while you're down there, I hope you would subscribe to this channel, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up to let me and YouTube know that you guys like this kind of content. So anyways, back over here, we've typed the word sum, and now we are going to open a parentheses. Then we are going to go and we are going to highlight the cells that we want it to add from. So I'm going to, I use the arrow keys. So I'm just using the arrow keys on my keyboard, and it's dancing me around. And then I hit shift, and it's going to highlight, and then I'm going to go all the way to the top. So it's going to do that whole section. So we're going to close parentheses and hit enter. And then now you can see it's got something there. And if I start adding in numbers here, I start getting a total that's adding itself. You can also just copy. So Control C is copy, and paste that. And it's going to give you the sum from these columns over here. So you can see that it doesn't keep the same column as before. It uses the column that you paste it into. Now, since I didn't make this money, oops, you want to make sure you highlight the whole column before you hit the money, or it's only going to do that one cell. So I'm going to do that to all of these. And then I'm going to copy and paste this one more time. But just so you guys have it, I'm going to put it in over here just for a repeat. It's equals sum, open parentheses, highlight all the cells, close parentheses, enter, and that will give you what you need. Now over here, I want to do a total of all of my students together. So this is like my grand total. So I'm going to put curriculum grand total. And then I'm going to go to the next box, sum. This time, I don't want to necessarily do everything because these columns aren't going to have numbers in them. But if I want to only select special cells, what I do is I hold the control button on my keyboard and then I select the ones that I want. Then I'm going to close parentheses and hit enter. And now when I put numbers in, so I'm just going to put a couple numbers in here so you can see that the calculations are being done for you. And as I add things, it adds all the way over to the other column. So that's it. It's that simple. Let us do one more thing here. I'm going to delete all these out. So now I've left a section in here for you guys to have like miscellaneous or anything like that. I'm going to remove this co-op tab because maybe you don't want to include that. I do like to have some kind of like miscellaneous tab that is just kind of like a buffer in case we need something else. Like maybe a curriculum didn't work for us and we need to get something new. Or maybe I want to include the cost of paper because I'm using PDF files and that's kind of when I'm printing out all this stuff, paper is a factor. So things like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that sum again. And then I'm only going to highlight the cells down here. Okay. And then we're going to copy and paste that. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to put grand total. And then that's going to equal sum of these ones. Oops, I messed that up, didn't I? Sum, open parentheses, these ones. Whoops. Whoops. Apparently that was super difficult for me. Okay, so one other thing I want to do here is make these bold and a little bit larger just because I want them to be like something that catches my eye. So I really like formatting things to make things easier to see and understand. So that's why I'm going to do that. But there we go. We have that. Now see how this is really far away from this. Something that I also like to do is like make this left instead of right, or right instead of left aligned so that it's just closer to where, and it just kind of gives me a better view of what's going on. So that is how I calculate that sheet. So just so you know that like everything in an, like all the sheets together make an Excel book. So an Excel book is, a document, like one of the, what you save as. And then down here, if we add sheets, that's like pages in your book. Does that make sense? So this one is going to be, we're going to label it, I just right clicked on it and labeled it projected budget. And then on this one, I'm going to call, this is a tab that I added this year and I really like it. So it's going to be cost per cart. And then one last tab that I'm going to add is going to be actual spending. All right. So for cost per cart, I put the cart and then I put the cost and when did I need it by. This just really helps with knowing, keeping better track of like when I'm going to get these things. So if I can't buy it all at once, I know I can kind of adjust to when I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to do that cost or that sum down here of all of these, close parentheses, enter. I'm going to make this a money column. Oops. And then I am going to bold and make these bigger. And then I'm going to freeze that top pane. So this time I'm only going to hit the freeze top row. And then there I go, all set up. One more time with the actual spending. So I'm going to put, I don't remember how I did this. Hold on. Okay, so I put location or cart. And then cost. That was all I had on these. So I'm gonna make this one bigger and then I'm gonna give myself a sum column down here, highlight all of these cells, enter, oops. And then I wanna make this a money column, so back home. And then I'm gonna bold these and make them bigger. And last but not least, I'm gonna go to view and freeze the top row. And there you go. That's it. It's all done. Now you have a perfect template. You can go in, add in, you know, what you need. You can make adjustments. If you add in things here, because we highlighted, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Because we highlighted the whole section, as long as you add a column or a row within the section that you highlighted, it will work. You know, you're not going to have to redo anything. It's totally fine to add and remove as long as you're within the highlighted section. If you don't remember what section is highlighted, you can double click on the cell and it will show you what section you highlighted. I'm just going to escape out of that. If you're in a cell and you don't want to be in that cell anymore, like it locks it when you're making adjustments. If you don't want to be in that cell anymore, you just hit escape and it will take you out of that so that you can move around again. Say you don't know what you are going to use for writing yet. It is totally fine to put an a question mark in that spot. It will not mess up your calculations. So I can still put things in, and it's not going to mess up my calculations at all. You don't want to add too much other stuff though, because it probably could mess up your its ability to calculate a sum. Not what you typed in, but like its ability to calculate. So just keep that in mind, that you don't want to add too much other than the numbers in those columns that are evaluated. So yeah, so that's gonna be it. Let's jump back into the old video. That is all I'm gonna share with you guys today. I hope you will come back and chat with me again real soon. If you have any other questions, let me know down in the comments while you're down there. I hope you would like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you can see when our videos also are coming out. Right now I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, sometimes on Fridays, because summer is the busy time for posting for us because of all the curriculum stuff. So that is that, and I hope you'll come back and chat with me again soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.